Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with the new Pewter Pulse for you. If the Bucs are officially eliminated from the playoffs this year, it could be Trask's time, as in starting inexperienced third-year quarterback Kyle Trask. If the Bucs lose on Sunday in Atlanta, they will essentially be out of contention for a third straight NFC South title. The Falcons will be 7-6 and will have a perfect record in the division, including the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Bucs, who will be 2 games back, but it's really a 3 game lead over Tampa Bay, virtue of sweeping Tampa Bay and getting that tiebreaker. With 4 games left, that would require a holiday miracle from Santa Claus, of all people, to recapture the NFC South lead for Tampa Bay. The Bucs have just been too naughty this year to request Santa's help. Back to Kyle Trask. A loss in Atlanta, or if the Bucs finish with a losing record this year, likely means a head coaching change this offseason. And it would probably mean Tampa Bay winds up with a top 10 draft pick as well. In a quarterback-rich draft, the Bucs' new head coach might want to select his own quarterback. Maybe that's LSU's Jaden Daniels. But before drafting a new quarterback, general manager Jason Light might want to get an extended look at Trask first. The team's second-round pick in the 2021 draft. That makes sense. Give Trask the last 2, 3, maybe 4 games to start whenever the Bucs get eliminated and see what the former Florida Stars got. Maybe the Bucs have a hidden gem who just needed a chance. Or maybe Kyle Trask is just a backup and that will be his role next season as well in the final year of his rookie contract. But if the Bucs have any desire to possibly re-sign Baker Mayfield next year, either as the committed starter with a big contract or as a bridge quarterback with maybe a lesser deal, that will start until a new quarterback is drafted and develops behind the scenes. How would Mayfield feel about getting benched this year? Mayfield's done a great job of resurrecting his own career here in Tampa Bay. And I'm sure he'd love to finish out the season, get a few more wins, and account for a few more touchdowns to pad his resume for free agency in 2024, whether it's re-signing in Tampa Bay or signing elsewhere as a starter. If Mayfield is benched just because the team wants to have a look at Trask, will that reduce the chances of Mayfield possibly returning? Well, Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken would be considered as a head coaching candidate in Tampa Bay. He'd be my front runner if I had the choice. Tampa Bay is where Monken coached receivers and called plays under Dirk Cutter from 2016 to 2018 before going to Cleveland, where he coached Baker Mayfield as the offensive coordinator, but not the play caller under Freddie Kitchens. And then went to Georgia, where he won back-to-back national championships before going to work with Lamar Jackson with the Ravens this year as Baltimore's offensive coordinator and play caller. Maybe Monken wants to re-sign Baker Mayfield if he were to land here in Tampa as a head coach, as a bridge quarterback, because of their time together in 2019. So turning to Kyle Trask could have some ramifications, not just for this year, but for next year as well, because Baker Mayfield is a popular team captain who would essentially be demoted, even though his play hasn't warranted it. But also in 2024, where Baker Mayfield might be in play as a quarterback the Bucs want to re-sign. So Tampa Bay might want to tread lightly here and really think this through before possibly turning the reins over to Kyle Trask and putting him under center in the remaining games this season if the Bucs fall out of playoff contention. We'll see what happens in Atlanta and down the stretch in the final month of Bucs football season. Will we see a head coaching change in 2024 and possibly a change at quarterback before then? Well, stay tuned. For more Pewter Pulse episodes and other great Bucs video content, we urge you to visit and subscribe to Pewter Report TV. That's our YouTube channel. Make sure you're hitting the notifications button when you do. That lets you know when new content pops up on Pewter Report TV, as well as when we go live with the Pewter Report podcast. And make sure you're hitting the like button. Give us a thumbs up. And also leave a comment. That helps our algorithm, helps us get in front of more awesome Pewter people like you. Follow us on social media on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report, as well as visiting pewterreport.com for breaking news, injury updates, inside scoop, and game coverage and I'll be back soon with a new Pewter Pulse.